Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked up at the moon and wondered, why haven't we gone back? It's been over half a century since Eugene Cernan, the last man on the moon, left his daughter's initials traced in the lunar dust. We did it once, we proved it was possible. So, what's the holdup? Is it technology? Is it money? Or is it something else entirely? Well, the answer is a lot more complex and fascinating than you might think. Let's dive in. First, let's address the elephant in the room, the cost. The Apollo program was monumentally expensive. In today's money, it's estimated to have cost over $280 billion. Think about that. That's an astronomical sum. Back in the 1960s, this spending was fueled by a unique historical moment: the Cold War and the space race. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a fierce competition for technological and ideological supremacy. Going to the moon wasn't just a scientific goal. It was a powerful political statement. It was about national pride, prestige, and proving the superiority of one system over another. NASA's budget at the peak of the Apollo program was over 4% of the entire federal budget. Today, it's less than 0.5%. Without that intense geopolitical pressure, it's incredibly difficult for any government to justify that level of spending to its taxpayers, especially when there are pressing issues right here on Earth like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The political will, that powerful engine that drove Apollo, simply shifted gears after the race was won. Secondly, the focus of space exploration changed. After Apollo 11, public and political interest began to wane. The attitude was, we've been there, done that. NASA's focus pivoted towards new, arguably more practical and scientifically diverse objectives. The Space Shuttle program was born, designed to create a reusable vehicle for frequent access to low Earth orbit. This led to the construction of the International Space Station, a phenomenal feat of international collaboration, and a permanent laboratory in space. We also sent a fleet of incredible robotic explorers all over the solar system. The Voyager probes journeyed to the outer planets and beyond. The Mars rovers like Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance have been our eyes and wheels on the Red Planet. And telescopes like Hubble and now the James Webb have revolutionized our understanding of the universe. In a sense, we didn't stop exploring. We just started exploring differently, focusing on missions that provided a continuous stream of scientific data and could often be done more cost-effectively with robots. It was a strategic shift from planting flags to conducting long-term, widespread science. But here's a crucial point. Going to the moon is still incredibly hard. It's not like riding a bike. You don't just hop back on after 50 years. The technology and expertise from the Apollo era aren't just sitting on a shelf, ready to be dusted off. The Saturn V rocket, the magnificent beast that took us to the moon, was a masterpiece of its time. But its blueprints are complex, and many of the original manufacturing techniques and even the specialized tools are gone. Entire supply chains of thousands of companies that build the specific components for the Apollo missions have vanished. More importantly, the generational knowledge is fading. The brilliant engineers and technicians who made Apollo happen are now in their 80s and 90s or have sadly passed away. We can't just call them up and ask how they solved a specific problem with a fuel pump or a guidance computer. We have to essentially relearn and re-engineer the entire process of deep space human travel, but this time with modern materials, modern computers, and modern safety standards, which are far more rigorous than they were in the 60s. This isn't a step backward. It's about building a new, more sustainable foundation for future exploration. So, if it's so expensive and difficult, why are we talking about going back now? Because the reasons for going have evolved. This isn't your grandfather's space race. The new lunar ambition is about sustainability, science, and commerce. We're not just going to visit. We're planning to stay. The new push to the moon, led by NASA's Artemis Program, is about establishing a permanent human presence. Why? For one, science. The moon is a treasure trove of scientific discovery. There are vast, permanently shadowed craters at the lunar poles that haven't seen sunlight in billions of years. These super-cold traps are thought to contain water ice. Water is the holy grail of space exploration. You can drink it, you can get breathable oxygen from it, and you can split it into hydrogen and oxygen to create rocket fuel. Finding and learning to use this water could turn the moon into a gas station, a literal launch pad for missions deeper into the solar system, including to Mars. Imagine refueling a spaceship at the moon for a journey to Mars. It would completely change the economics and feasibility of interplanetary travel. Furthermore, the moon is the perfect testing ground. It's only a 3-day trip away, which sounds like a lot, but in cosmic terms, it's our backyard. It provides a relatively safe environment to test the technologies and strategies we'll need to send humans to Mars, a mission that will take months, if not years. We can test new habitats, life support systems, rovers, and methods for dealing with the challenges of living on another world like radiation and abrasive lunar dust, all with the relative safety of being close to home if something goes wrong. Every problem we solve on the moon is a lesson learned for Mars. And finally, there's the new space race, but this time it's not just two superpowers. It's a global and commercial endeavor. Countries like China, India, and Russia have their own ambitious lunar programs. China has already successfully landed rovers on the far side of the moon, a major technical achievement. On top of that, you have a booming private space industry with companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin. They are drastically lowering the cost of launching things into space and developing their own technologies for lunar landers and transportation. This combination of national ambition and commercial innovation is creating a powerful new momentum. It's no longer just about flags and footprints. It's about establishing economic zones, mining resources, and creating a cislunar economy, an entire ecosystem of industry and science between the Earth and the moon. So, why haven't we been back to the moon? Because the original reason to win a race disappeared. It was replaced by decades of incredible but different kinds of exploration. And now, we're on the cusp of a return, not because of a political rivalry, but because of new scientific discoveries, long-term strategic goals for Mars, and a brand new era of global and commercial partnership. The next time we go, it won't be a brief visit. It will be the beginning of a new chapter in human history, one where we learn to live and work on another world. The reasons are now stronger, more sustainable, and more exciting than ever before. We're not just going back. We're going forward, to the moon and beyond. Thanks so much for watching. What do you think is the most compelling reason to return to the moon? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through space history and future, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.